So here is my holiday show. And initially, hi Greg! Initially, I was going to kind of play some holiday songs for you. And then I got this idea to go through the year 2020 and all the songs I've written and all the songs I had written before that fit in somehow to reflect things that happened this year, because it has been and still is an eventful year. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with New Year's Eve last year. Hi, Sam. I'm going to try and greet everybody as I go here. I'm watching Facebook for comments. Hey, Rob. Gosh, everybody's here. Let's start the party. Okay, so this very first song starts on New Year's Eve of last year, 2019. And how hopeful we all are, hi Amy, when the new year is starting, right? We're just excited and we think it's gonna be the best year ever, and I'm gonna be a new me, and bonjour Eric, and we just got pummeled. But you know what? I have had a good year, despite everything. I have had a really good year. A hard year, but a good year. And hopefully you have too. Yay! I know everybody knows everybody on Instagram. It's a party. Oh, hang on. I'm going to do one more thing on Facebook, and then we'll get cracking. Hang on. Okay, all right, here I go. So this song is called Be Kind, a song for the new year. It was the last day of the old year, so I sat and made a list of all the big things and the small things. It boiled down to this, a tangled string of moments. I can hear them even now, resonating like an echo from very long ago. Some were born and some passed on. Some were famous, some were not. People we remembered, people we forgot. But we're all born as equals, so let's open up our hearts. Rich to poor, light to dark, young to old, all we want is to be loved. It's the first day of this new year, so I sit and make a list. I keep it short and sweet. I write only this, 2 words for me to live by that apply to everyone. Be kind, until this year is done. Then be kind, for the next one and beyond. We chop time into decades, but it's really one big song. This is my verse and my chorus. I want you to sing along. Oh, if we sing it loud enough, it'll let go down the line, and the future will hear us sing. Be kind to everyone. Be kind, until your time is done. Be kind, be kind, be kind. I see some comments that I have to read now because they will disappear when I'm done. So give me a second. Hi, Bree. Oh, hello, everybody's here. Holy goodness. Oh, I'm so happy you're here too. Oh, thank you guys. So that was a song about the new year. I need to turn my heater off because it's so hot. Hang on. All right, and it's probably making air noise for you guys too. So that was my song about the new year. So that was, January 2020. Everything's cool. And some of my family members were doing a cruise just off the coast of, China, and they were stopping in all these different ports to go visit different cities in that area. And then this virus started, and they got stuck on their boat. Luckily, nobody got sick on their boat. But at one point, my uncle referred to it as deluxe rowboat. And so I wrote them a song about their deluxe rowboat. They are all French-speaking from Quebec, and so the song is in French, but it's basically called the Deluxe Rowboat, and it's about them being trapped on their cruise ship at sea. And so that's my February of 2020. But over here, we were still totally normal and fine.
Dans ma chaloupe de grand luxe, je vogue l'océan, et quand je rêve la nuit, je rêve à l'Orient, mais je ne verrai pas ces trésors, car on a fermé tous les ports. Alors, je vogue dans ma chaloupe de grand luxe, tout au long de la journée, sous un ciel ensoleillé. Quelqu'un a donné un bisou à un petit... Oupsie Daisy! Petit pangolin, il a pogné un petit virus de son petit copain. Le petit virus s'est propagé et tout le monde est effrayé. C'est la folie sur la terre, mais moi je suis bien à la mer. Je vogue dans ma chaloupe de grand luxe tout au long de la journée. Je regarde le temps passer. Je regarde le coucher du soleil comme les explorateurs anciens dans ma chaloupe de grand luxe. Je me trouve plutôt bien, je ne me soucie pas du boulot et je mange quand j'ai faim et toute cette grande aventure grâce à un petit pangolin. Je vogue dans ma chaloupe de grand luxe tout au long de la journée, mais je commence à m'ennuyer de tout ce que j'aime.
Oh, hello, George. George from Instagram is on Facebook. Let me catch up with all of you guys. You're probably all just talking to each other, having fun. Oh, Francis, hello. Gotta be fast because this is boring. Boring for the Facebook people. Yes, thank you. My backdrop is a bunch of pieces of plastic from Party City. Those glittery Lego sets. Oh, but the sequins get stuck. And the piano shirt. Yes, yes, yes. I wear the red boots on my feet. I'm wearing my ugly, cheap slippers. I know, right? Yes, Brie, I know it's So we went through New Year's Eve of last year, and then we went through the beginning of the pandemic, far away from where I live. Now, now we come to late winter, early spring, and I'm finally working up the courage to play a live show for the first time in 15 years in front of real people. And my beautiful friend Amy, who I think is on Insta right now, she's at Collected Sounds, and you gotta follow her too, because she does really cool stuff. But anyway, she was graciously going to host a house concert at her house. And we had brunch, we were planning it, her and her husband Greg, who's amazing too. And then I picked my date, and then we went into lockdown for a really long time. And so I had written a song for the new show, and I changed the lyrics so that it would be about lockdown. So forgive me, I haven't played it for a while. Hopefully I'll remember all the words. But here it is. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny. All right.
To do a live show, picked out an outfit with some sparkle, but then this big pandemic happened. Now we all keep a social distance. Yeah, we're all trapped inside now, 'cause we don't want to get pneumonia. So I'll be sitting right here with all my musical gear. I'm really good at isolation. It's not really that hard. It's not so much that I don't like people. I just kind of prefer dogs. My poor couch is groaning. It's never seen quite this much action. I binge watched all the good shows, and now I'm making my own. Oh yeah, we've all got cabin fever, but it's better than the real thing. The streets are bare, no one's around. No sanitizer to be found. It's like the Twilight Zone, like Willy Wonka on his boat. There is just no earthly way of knowing if the answer is hand washing or panic toilet paper buying. So we keep a social distance. Government's insistence. They close the schools and restaurants, and now there's nowhere left to haunt. We can choose to be inspired by this collective loneliness, and on the days when we get tired, try to create a bit of bliss in this collective loneliness. So now we're on lockdown. A little bit, other than my anxiety, enjoyed lockdown. I loved to be home, so that was fine. And in the morning, I would go sit outside, do a little meditation, and you could actually hear the birds. There were no airplanes, cars, whatever. It was kind of nice. I had my cup of tea. Other than not knowing how we were going to pay our bills, it was pretty great. So, but now, so about a month after that, a friend approached me who was putting together a fundraiser for people who work in the entertainment industry, who work at nightclubs and performance venues, and he asked me to do a set for him. And I had just kind of started doing the live stream, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but I did it. And as it was being planned, somebody approached me and said he was going to be playing some songs on the radio in relation to this fundraiser, and could I provide a song? And I kind of went, sure. And I started listening to the very few things I had that were already recorded, and they just were not working. And so the day before it was due, I said to Tony, maybe I should just write a song. And so we got up, and that morning at 10 a.m. I started composing.
and writing words. And then we recorded, and Tony played drums. And then I had to mix and master and all that stuff as best I could, because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I sent it in. It was about 10 minutes past his deadline, but he was very cool about it. And the next day, we heard my first song on the radio. It's my first song on the radio. First song on the radio. First song on the radio. Hello to people listening. It's my first song on the radio. First song on the radio. First song on the radio. I wrote it only yesterday. It's my first song on the radio. Hello, Minneapolis. Glad you're listening to this. I know I've got big shoes to fill. I know you've never heard of me. I'm newer to this music scene. YUL to MSP. The best move that I've ever made. It's my first song on the radio. First song on the radio. First song on the radio. Hello to people listening. DJ Dan sent me a message asking me to send him something. Looked around for something I could send. Everything I had was wrong, so I wrote a brand new song. Go ahead, you can sing a la 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 la. Whoops. On the radio, on the radio, on the radio. Hello, hello, hello. It's my first song on the radio. First song on the radio. First song on the radio. Hello, 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 hello. So my first song on the radio was called First Song on the Radio. And I wrote it just for that. Let me play catch up real quick. Facebook's doing okay. Good. Oh my goodness. Know that every French would say sometimes little velvet. Translates to, I don't know. Okay, now I'm caught up. Yes, I know. I wrote it yesterday. I really had written it the day before. So, so that was early May, I believe. And then in late May, something very tragic happened here in Minneapolis with the killing of George Floyd. And then it was riots and political division and racial injustice, and all those things were at the forefront. And that was very, very scary and difficult, of course, but this song came to me. I was actually composing a different song at the time that also started with A minor, and this other song popped out, and it kind of became about these people who call the cops on other people, usually a white person calling the cops on a black person for really stupid things, like really stupid things. And this song is called Til She Learns, and that's what it's about. Look how she's gone and whipped out her phone the minute she felt remotely wronged. She's so sure she's right in her made-up plight. She's a pro at playing victim in this fight. Is it really that bad? Are you really that hurt? Are you mortally wounded? Or do you just feel like you should be
one on your dog, girl, it's the law. Over time, she'll find. Oh, keep us up. Over time, she'll find another and another and another and another. She'll go on like no one else. Matters till she learns to love herself. He had the gall to walk down the hall of the building where both of them reside. Now she sits in gloom in her one bedroom, alone with all the ugliness inside. Was it really that bad? Were you really that hurt? Were you mortally wounded? Or did you just feel like you could be? Are you out of your mind? Or am I just out of mine? Over time, she'll find another and another and another and another. She'll go on like no one else. Matters till she learns to love herself.
And then, amidst all of that, so we've been through the new year, and then the virus starting far away from me, but near my family who were on a cruise, to being in lockdown and having to cancel my first live in-person show in 15 years, to writing my first song on the radio, to poor George Floyd and everything that ensued after that. And then we walked into summer. And for a minute, everything felt almost normal. We could go outside. We could have our family over and sit far away outside. We could eat ice cream. It was awesome. And I wrote a little song about it, which I shared recently, called Heatwave.
Welcome to the summer. Find the sun and sit right under. It's time for dreamsicles, popsicles, ice cream cones, one after the other. Welcome to the heat wave. Laughing, lounging, these are sweet days. We'll hang out poolside, beachside, outside. We're gonna have a good time. You know this won't last forever, so don't put it off till later. Welcome to the hot scene. Don't forget to grab that sunscreen. Open up your folding chair, there's a towel over there. Come sit next to me, my sweet thing. Welcome to the sunshine. Grab a nice cold drink and dance like no one is watching you. Electric slide, Running Man, Macarena, safety dance. You get loose, get down, get down. You know this won't last forever, so don't put it off till later. The sun, the sand, the sea, the heat wave, and you and me, 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 and you. Welcome to the heat wave. Welcome to the heat wave. Welcome to the heat wave, the heat wave. Welcome to the heat wave.
Oh, gosh, thank you, George. I got 2 Georges on Facebook. That's really cool. Talk a lot. Oh, hi, Mama. I know, I see Oopsie Daisy a lot. It's like I have to acknowledge that I'm effed up. I almost was going to play my song, F You Winter. Right? Right? Dance the safety dance. I'm just going to imagine that you're dancing the safety dance. So summer was great. And then, back to school and all that stuff, that was kind of a train wreck. And then October came, and it snowed. Kind of too much snow for me for early October. It was, any snow is too much snow. Yes, I know, I do want to have Tony and/or both Luca drumming on that track, because they've done it in the past and it was really good, but we haven't practiced it for a long time. So it snowed in October, which reminded me of this song I wrote last year called Palm Trees, which is about someday, you guys, someday, some of you live where there's palm trees, and I'm gonna just move in with you. There will not be snow in October when I'm retired, wherever I live. So the song takes a turn. It starts off with me wanting to be somewhere else and be warm and just do away with everything that's happening where I'm living. But then it comes around to, you know what, we really need to appreciate what we have, which I think 2020 has kind of brought that to us, hasn't it? So that was, October, and then the snow melted, and, the weather got a little better. And then, bonjour, Guylaine. and then, I know we don't all live in the same country, you guys, but you all know what happened in November in the United States. It hasn't been fun, the political process, but there was an election. So this is my song for that. By Regina Spektor called Après-moi. I must go on standing. You can't break that which isn't yours. I must go on standing. I'm not my own. It's not my choice. Be afraid of the land. They'll inherit your lives. Be afraid of
not my choice. Après-moi le déluge, after me comes the flood. Be afraid of the lame, they'll inherit your lights. Be afraid of the old, they'll inherit your soul. Be afraid of the cold, they'll inherit your blood. Après-moi le déluge, after me the flood vivra. Da stacer nelle plakat, pisata fiavranie, navzred paka. Хоч ще слакать весною чорною, горить февраль, доста чернили плакать, писать о феврале навсред пока, прохочешь и слакать весною чорною, горить. I always feel so tired after that one, which is pretty much how I felt after the election. So it was a good song to pick. One more second. Everybody, good night, everybody who stayed up so late to watch me. Honestly, I love you so much. This is so kind. So, okay, and we're doing good on Facebook. So this song is actually new. I just made up most of the words like two or 3 days ago, because I'm a procrastinator, remember? And it's called Not Enough, parentheses, Coffee in the World. And this is the point in 2020 where we've had it. We've just had it. Our cups overfloweth. We have no more bandwidth. And so it's the holiday season, and the kids are driving us crazy. Actually, my kid's been really awesome, but distance learning is a challenge for them and for parents. And so anyway, we've had it. We've been through the election. We've been through lockdown. There's snow, and there's not enough coffee in the world. Oh my goodness, Nem, you've been up all night, all day and all night. There's just not enough coffee in the world for Nem. There's just not enough coffee in the world. I already forgot my new words, can you believe it? How's it go? Does anybody know? I played it earlier today. There's not enough energy and time, so we supplement with chocolate and wine. There's an election, a pandemic, social distance learning, but I'm still standing. I'm still standing. There's just not enough coffee in the world. Thankfully this year is near its
And this is a song by Amanda Palmer called The Ride, because it's just a ride. Everyone's too scared to open their eyes up, but everyone's too scared to close them. Everyone's frightened, they don't know what's coming, but everyone's frightened of knowing. Everyone's reading the rules of engagement, and everyone's starting to doubt them. Everyone's reaching to put on a seatbelt, but this kind of ride comes without them. I want you to think of me sitting and singing beside you. I wish we could meet all the people who got left behind. The ride is so loud it can make you think nobody's listening. But isn't it grand when we all can scream at the same time? And it's just a ride. It's just a ride. Well, you've got the choice to go any time that you like. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. The alternative's nothing else. Might as well give this a try. And as we all go down, and as we all go round, and as we pitch from side to side, everything is gonna be just fine. So we've kind of gone through the motions, right? We've gone through the whole year, and we reached our breaking point, and then we remembered it's just a ride. Just hang on and let it happen. And here we are, and it's Christmas again. And so I don't know how to play any Christmas songs on piano except for the one I wrote. And actually, I need to change instruments real quick. And so this song is called The Christmas Ghost, and I wrote it last year for Christmas because every year I lost my mom when I was very young, and every year when I'm hanging up Christmas decorations and whatnot, I think, gosh, wouldn't it be nice if there was a knock on the door for Christmas and I opened it and she were there? And of course it doesn't happen, but every year I kind of wish that, and then last year my sister-in-law had passed away suddenly, and so it kind of brought that up again, and I wrote this song. And this year, I think, in the context of COVID and all these people who lost their lives, it kind of takes on even I don't know, it's bigger than me, the meaning of it. But here is The Christmas Ghost. All the ornaments are hung. We put on our records and sang along. Celebrated Christmas Eve, and now it's time to go to sleep. As I head up to my bed, Christmas dreams swirl in my head. I think I hear a noise outside, but it's not Santa on my mind.
It's with a ribbon wrapped up tight, darling's twinsel, sweet delights. I wish I may, I wish I might find your ghost this Christmas night.
Oh, hi, Sally. Sally, two things about Sally. Well, there's so much I could say about her. She's amazing. But one is she runs a really amazing dog rescue that rescues dogs from all over the world and connects them with the right families. So it's called Mutt Mutt Engine. Look it up. And two, I ordered some, this is kind of dumb. I ordered some bagels from Montreal because Montreal makes bagels like nobody else makes bagels. And my dad actually bought them for me, and he found a place that ships them. And so I ordered what I thought were 4 bags, and my friend Genevieve was going to take one, and I was going to have 3 bags of bagels. Well, what I didn't realize is I ordered 4 dozen, so I ended up with a lot of bagels. And so Sally has graciously taken some off my hands. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm down to my last song, and I wanted to end with this song. I think it's kind of a favorite of a lot of you. I know Eric, Mr. Gleam, it's his favorite. But because this song is about doing small things in your own life to make your life and your world pretty. And I think that expands to other people then, and it makes their world pretty, and then in turn, the whole world can be pretty if we all do it. So I'm going to catch up real quick on Instagram comments, and then I'm going to play Pretty for you, along with its little introduction instrumental piece. Oh, thank you for this. Montreal Bagel Avalanche. Exactly. Oh, hi, Andy. Yeah, that's the, let's see, what is that? Vibraphone sound. So, I'm at the end of the year, which here we are again. But the end of one year is the beginning of another, and so, remember we chopped time into decades, but it's really one big song, right? That's right. Okie dokie, here's my last song, Pretty. There's something you should know. I tie my trash bags with a bow. I like to make everything oh so pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, 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 you know. I catch flies and let them go. I don't eat cows or pigs or chickens. I don't wear gloves, I just wear mittens. And I only read in bubble baths. I'm not so very good at maths. Can't choose between coffee or tea. I dress just like a sailor. I'm not one for social fodder. I just like to let things be the way they want to be. I soak feelings like a sponge, and my favorite color's orange. I found a word that sort of rhymes with orange. Guess I'm pretty good at rhymes, inventing new songs on a dime. Not super useful, but it's fun sometimes. One day you might realize I'm not someone you recognize. I'm not the prize you always thought I'd be. So this is a preemptive strike. Here are all the things I'm like. These are all the things that make me me. It's laid out there for all the world to see. Make it till I make it. I don't know what I'm doing. Was that a B flat 7 or a B? I wish people would be kinder. Some may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not. The only one 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 they say it's impossible. They say let it go. They say. Wish for it anyway. I will live to see the day when everyone lets everyone just be happy. The birds, the bees, the land, the sea, all living in sweet harmony. Then the whole world would be so pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. See, yes, that's right. It's Rob's favorite too. Yes, I know. People sing a bunch. Writing a musical. Hit me up. Guys, that song. Okay. I mean, some of you know this story already, but it was maybe, I don't know, was it a month ago, 2 months ago? I was taking out the trash, and I pulled the bag out of the can, and I tied the top in a bow. And I thought, why did I tie it in a bow? Why not do a knot, or I don't know. And as I was pushing the big cart down our crazy long potholey driveway, I started singing, well, because it's pretty, pretty, pretty. And that's how that song started. I came in the house and I was like, I tie trash bags in a bow, and it makes them pretty. And it all went uphill from there. So, well, you guys, that's all I have for right now. 3 quick things. One is I may not be as active on my music social media because I have put the word out that I'm going to be launching a podcast in January. And it's mid-December, actually kind of late December almost. And so I have to focus on that a little bit. And because remember, I'm a procrastinator. So maybe I should play that song. I played it earlier today. I'll do it as an encore. But so yes, so I may not be sharing as much music because I have to focus on this podcast, which is called the Skylark Bell. Remember, some of you might remember the little music for it, right? And so I have to get working on that because it's a book that I wrote, and now I have to read the whole thing into a microphone and add sound effects and music and cut it into chapters and make it interesting. So anyway, whatever. But so that's what I will be focused on for the next few weeks. Also, I do have Patreon. If you aren't on Patreon for me yet, that is a great spot to get a boatload of downloads. They're not necessarily professional quality recordings, but all these live streams I record, and you can find that stuff on there, along with stories and poems and recipes and whatever else comes out of my weird brain. So you can go on Patreon for as little as $1 a month and become my patron, and I would love that. And if you don't, that's okay, because I still put so much stuff on Instagram and Facebook. And last, if you had a great time tonight and you feel so inclined, I do have a link to my tip jar in my bio on Instagram, and on Facebook, I guess I'll link to it in the comments. So that's what I have. Well, here, now, I will, because Mr. Gleam, who's Eric, who's from Montreal, just like me, I didn't know him when I lived in Montreal, but we're also working on a top secret project, so stay tuned. I think it's getting close, and knowing what I know of him, it'll probably look really cool. So, but he and I were talking about being procrastinators, and I told him I had a song about it. And so here it is. I'm a procrastinator. I'm a pro. I put things off until a little later. I'm a pro. I go in real nice and slow. I'm a pro. I'll get it done, but I might get it done tomorrow. My style may cause for some excess anxiety, but everything gets done eventually. Now go. The clock is running out of time. Now go. The timer is about to chime. Oh, oh. The hourglass is draining fast. But oh, promise I'll finish, but I'll likely finish last. Settle in and put your feet up. This could take a while. I don't like to rush things, darling. That's not my style. Someone came and lit a spark. It set a fire in my heart. He said, "What will you make of this?" Said, "I won't know till I finish." Then he tried to cage the spark and the fire in my heart. So I burned him in the darkness, turned the broken pieces into art. Antidote. You think I'm cute, oh, but no. Just yesterday, I let the dishes sit and wait for way too long again. I'm hoping we can still be friends, 'cause I'm a procrastinator, let it go. Oh, you guys, I always have so much fun. I never want to leave. Will kick me out after an hour. I have no idea. I think it's been an hour. I better go before they kick me out. Okay, I love you guys. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all the beautiful things, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and everything else.